ordered that she be gang raped as punishment. The young girl is being treated in a hospital after telling authorities that she was sexually assaulted by fewer than 12 men, end quote. This is despite the fact that India has strengthened its rape laws recently. And I also read in yesterday's paper, the Indian Times, the juvenile rape cases are up to 100% since last year. So, can most Americans and most Indians agree that all forms of interpersonal violence is socially undesirable, if not tragic? The reauthorization of VAWA in the US, the strengthening of rape laws in India, would provide a belief that our policymakers are at least attending to the protection of our citizenry. In a 2005 Health World Organization report, there is included a target to reduce lifetime rates of violence against women by 50% worldwide. It's a lofty goal, and still, interpersonal violence seems to be a natural course of living for many women. It is not about, as I said, some other women. It is about the women in this room, the women that we know, the women that we love. So as I said before, if you are saying to yourself, I don't know a woman who has been hit by her boyfriend or who has experienced sexual assault, it is only because you are not asking the right questions. It is around you. A call to action. What do we do? First, I think we name it. The points in which we get stuck allow us to use multiple theoretical lenses to contextualize our acceptance that this violence against women, because surely no theoretical lens help us understand that violence is appropriate. So as good feminist social workers, I am certainly obligated to consider that the answer is tied up in some patriarchy. Epistemology is fundamental to feminism. Cultural norming processes influence the way knowledge emerges, and it is developed, and is shaped about women. Information about women, the role of women, the ability of women is continued to shape by the dominant paradigm. That paradigm controls knowledge, the production of knowledge, and the reproduction of knowledge through the reproduction of patriarchy, economic privilege, and market economy. Consequently, the nature, the tenor, the texture of diverse voices, the voices that talk about violence against women are influenced, if not shaped, by the dominance. The critical analysis of power and privilege dynamics moves us towards environments of equality and respect, but it is not the end point in our journey. A critical analysis of power identifies the problem, but does little to move us to the solution. As it turns out, acknowledging the structural dynamics of power and privilege and its associated exclusionary practices is not the most treacherous juncture in the road to equality and justice. The difficulty lies in radically attending to our active and passive participation in acts of social justice and institutional exclusion. Little time is spent preparing ourselves, our colleagues, and our institutions for the processes of inclusion that requires recognizing social acceptable patterns of microaggressions against women and the status of women. Second, we use our professional ideology. I think our profession uses ideology to understand the issue. The International Association of the Schools of Social Work and the International Federation of Social Workers says, quote, ethical awareness is a fundamental part of the professional practice of social workers. Social workers' ability to commit to act ethically is an essential aspect of the quality of service offered to those that we serve. Third, we use our professional framework. We understand problems from complex structures, including what is fundamental to us, the ecological structure. We have to promote ethical debates and in member countries, as well as in schools of social work and among social work students. Some ethical challenges and problems faced by social workers are specific to countries. Others are common. We should encourage social workers across the world to reflect on the challenges and dilemmas faced to them and make ethically informed decisions. Fourth, we use a strength-based perspective. Fifth, social workers are called to action. We promote social justice and social change on and with clients. The mission of the social work profession is rooted in a set of core values. I move into